What's up, party people and magic makers? Destiny here on this magical Monday. Today, we are going to be talking about the duality of your certainty and how it can help and also how it can harm you, especially when it comes to, your relationships and stuff. So, as you know, every Monday I go over a mindset hack trick for you to use throughout the week, put it into practice. I'd love to hear back from you and let me know how it's working out for you. You can comment below, or if you're on my mailing list, then you can email me directly and then we can have an exchange there too. And as always, if you know somebody that could use this video or hear these words, please feel free to share it with them. All right, so let's dive into the duality of the certainty. So, first of all, there are certain things that we are certain about, that we are like, nope, not going to budge, not going to move. Those are the things that I'm talking about today. There are certain phrases that bounce around the personal development world, like she or he who is most certain always wins. And that is absolutely true. Okay. And can that still cause rifts? Yes. So here's what this can look like. When you are so staunch in something and unwilling to learn more, gain new information, put yourself out there into the uncomfortable zone, right, instead of the comfort zone, and you're just like, nope, this is it, this is all, I don't want any more, then you become really like solidified in something that shuts off doors for you. Okay. That prevents a flow from going in and out for you, and it can also really like shut down a lot of relationships. Okay, so I have this friend who's like staunch Democrat, and we were having this conversation because of like all of the voter fraud thing, and I just asked a question, and I was like, well, what if they're all right? Like, what if what the Democrats are saying are right and what the Republicans are saying all right, and the truth is like somewhere in the middle? And she was like, no, just no, it's not true. That's what they want you to believe. And I mean, like, this was like a 30-minute conversation with her just on this. And I was like, yeah, but all I'm asking for is like, what if? Right? Because for me, I'm like, I also grew up with the like, there's this person's truth, there's the other person's truth, and the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? And so I'm like, well, who am I to say that one side is right and the other is wrong? I don't know, right? I'm not on the ends with this. So I was like, what if it's somewhere in between what we're being told? And she was just like, no, that's not possible. And I was like, okay, well, then that's not possible for you, but that doesn't make it not possible for other people. And she goes, well, then they would be wrong. Right? And that's where I was like, and that's where you have a bullshit story kicking up for you. Because her certainty is that if she is right, everybody else is wrong. Okay? And that is where, like, this is why it's so easy to manipulate people, because if they don't want to be wrong, then you know what strings to pull to make them feel that way so that they'll move in a different direction. But if you're open to learning more, now whether or not that learning more supports what you already know or not, different story, but you're open to being like, what if I find out? Who can I talk to about that? Where can I go to find more information about that? Right? Like, just having that door open, there's a flow. Okay? And with that, like, there's no like beating yourself up against a door, getting upset when things don't go your way, yelling and screaming at people that don't care if you yell and scream at them. I mean, like, have you seen Facebook and like the people that don't wear masks consistently over and over again, like hopping into these arguments with people that do? Like, it's like, what are you doing over there? So it's like that there's a bullshit story kicking up for them. And what tends to happen is, like, we get so caught up in our stories, in our beliefs, in what we think is right, that we just shut the door and shut down everybody else. But what if? Not saying that just learning something new then makes you wrong. It just gives you a different perspective, a different understanding, right? And like, I can hear it already. Oh, but Destiny, that takes so much work. Does it really though? To just sit with someone and hear their perspective and just go, okay, it's a different perspective. That's all. That's it. Just to see just to see like, what could that look like? Because when we are so staunch and like dead set in the way that we believe it is, we think we're right, that automatically makes everybody else wrong. And think about it, like look at the people in your life right now. Do you want all of them to be wrong? Because how do you treat people when you think that they're wrong? Just bye, right? Like go away. Don't want to listen to me. Okay, bye. Does that serve you? Does that support you in your relationships? No. And I know this is like, it's a hard thing to grasp, especially when you're like dealing with somebody that, you know, might live with you or you're really close to and you have varying viewpoints. But like, what if you went into your next conversation with them and like, well, what if we're both right? Right? Not saying that they're 100% right and you're 100% wrong. No. What if it's like 50-50? Right? Like, what if? And just playing with that idea for yourself and seeing how it'll support you, right? And seeing how it'll help you grow and help you to move forward and help you to like explore all of these new arenas that you didn't know were there before, right? These new opportunities, okay? And this works out for people who are all into like the law of attraction and stuff too. Because if you're like, nope, this is what I want and this is how I'm going to get it and this is when it's going to show up for me and then it doesn't, that's putting too many like conditions on your request. And that doesn't work, right? So there's a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of opening up to just see what else could be out there. Like it's chill and it's cool that you believe what you believe, right? And what if there's more? What if what you believe is just like the bottom of like this really big tree and like there's so much more that you can learn along the way. But because you're like, nope, this is it, you shut yourself off from seeing the rest of the tree, right? From climbing up and being like, oh my gosh, look at how beautiful it is out there. Because you're like, nope, this is all. And you're so set in like, this is all because it's what you were told by somebody like decades ago. And let's be honest, information changes pretty quickly. The stuff that we knew a couple decades ago is very different now. So it might be time to review like what you knew and when you learned it. And then like, you know, do something about it if it doesn't serve you. Right? Like clear that stuff, clear that junk out if it doesn't serve you. And then that way you can move yourself forward, right? So yes, take a look at all of the things that you are certain about and see if any of them you could learn something. Maybe you've got a friend that, you know, is really knowledgeable about this stuff. Like my friend, I was like, okay, let's pause this conversation because I'm not receiving the information in my head. I was like, but I'd like to go back and revisit this. And then we did. I was like, okay, I think I'm in a better space, where I'm like, hang on, tell me what you were saying and why you were saying that. Tell me the sources that you got that from so I can look into it myself, right? And like see what you see. And then like maybe if, you know, this is me and this is her, and I'm thinking like there's something going on here in the middle, maybe it'll move me closer. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But the opportunity to explore it was there. The opportunity to be curious about it and not dive into deep rabbit holes. Okay, that's not what I'm saying, but just do some research about it to like really learn and find those people that like know those things and ask them where they get their information from so that you can see where you really are on that scale, right? And then learn from that. And then just that opportunity to keep that information flowing in and out of your life really will free you up, right? So what are you going to explore? What's the thing that you're so staunch in that you're like, nope, this is the way it is. And you're like, well, maybe not. And you're willing to like open that door and see, maybe there's more than I knew. What is it? Comment below. I'd love to hear you. And then that way we can also support you. If we know somebody that can have a conversation with you, that wants to have a conversation with you, is willing to, let's connect you people, right? All right. So until next Monday, have a wonderful rest of your week and peace.